Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our session today. We're just going to give everyone a couple more minutes so that, well, a minute or so that they can join and we can have everyone here. So please have a little patience with us and then we'll start in a minute or two. So we have the Sunshine State on. Good morning to you as well.
Good morning.
On the call today from our side, we also have in attendance Mr. Paul Campbell and Mr. Fitzroy Walker. We have Mr. Tarun Goyal, who is going to be our presenter from Simpletal. So I think we can get started and we can move along. So, all right, let's get this going. So our area of focus today is going to be new areas of implementation of technology within the hospitality industry. My name is Dr. Vishal Ramnarai, and I'm the VP of Operations, Sales, and Marketing for Optimus Business Transformation. A quick little run through. We normally have workshops and webinars which are available to you and to actually anyone who signs up. Once you click on the link here, we'll also provide that link to you. You will be able to go into our website. Our website will pop up and you will see all of the training seminars for March and for April. Right. So once you have that, you can click on any one. For example, I'm just going to click on one. And once you click on that, you can see all of the details, all of the presenter, and also you can register and add it to your Google Calendar. Right. All right. Perfect. Let's go again. All right, a little bit about Optimus. Our tagline, Optimus is your trusted advisor. We focus on being there for you from the start to the finish, in whether it be you're just getting started or you're doing a migration into new technology. We use a lot of our technology and experience in the various verticals that you see here, being food and beverage, retail, hospitality being on the top list of our priorities, utilities, airports. And some of our accomplishments, we're Gold in LS Central, we're an elite partner in Insight Software. We have consultants in Power BI, which are black belts. We also have strategic alliances with Microsoft, with Insight Software, and with Oracle. Optimus has also developed some specific IPs, which is work from home and soft touch solutions. They're based on the recent pandemic and focused on working from home. With that in mind, we have also brought all of the technology together with mobility, ERP, CRM, barcoding, document management, unified commerce, e-commerce. So we have all of these solutions that you see here focused around the digital transformation aspect of things with Optimus. Right. So as you see, be Optimus and be the leader, right? All right. So let me, this is another quick, I hope I can get this to run. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is another quick video as to what's happening now in the digital transformation. We have 7.8 billion people in the world. And if you looked at the recent list that is popping up here, in terms of comparison of persons who are either following or a membership, you look at compared to the world populations, we see that Facebook is number one, YouTube, we see WhatsApp is number 4, Instagram is number 7, and that should tell you the rate of which technology is moving. The world's largest taxi company, who owns no vehicles whatsoever, is Uber. The world's most popular media owner creates no content, and that's Facebook. Airbnb has the largest accommodation on register, and they have no property. Alibaba has the biggest inventory. Is the biggest retailer, but with no inventory. So when you look at the rate of change on technology over the past 75 years, it took 75 years for the telephone to reach 50 million users. Facebook took 3.5 years, but Angry Birds took 35 days. So it shows you at the rate in which technology is expanding and transforming, right? A text message you can send as easily as taking 30 seconds. Going to the library now is as simple as opening up your tablet and going online. Before, we had encyclopedias. Before we have to actually look at the TV guide to see when a program is being shown on TV. Now we can pull it up, live streaming content at any point in time. First, it actually had to be alive. Now we have that are AI respondent and technologically advanced, right? Your paycheck before used to actually come on paper and you still have to go to a bank to get it changed. Now we have Bitcoin and we have digital currency being spread throughout globally, basically. So it shows that technology and digital transformation is the movement now. It's changing the world. It's actually trending and promoting and developing into what we are now. We have 20.4 billion people connected, 50 times more information generated globally, right? And as in 2020, we're talking about 2021, which is going to be a lot more. 50% of the world population is under 30 years old, right? So that's a very fun fact here, right? 80% of our mobile consumption is video. Most of our mobile phones have, this quick little widget which tells you how much time you've spent per day, whether it be on email, video, whatever the case is. I know some kids right now who they don't know what a stamp is, right? Our attention spans are shrinking. Goldfish is 8 seconds. A human is now 7 seconds. And more people own a mobile phone than a toothbrush, which is kind of weird, but it's a fun fact. So as Equal Man said, we don't have a choice on where technology goes, but we just have to jump on board and move with it. We can also help with that and mold it, but we have to be on board with it. And Optimus helps you with that. And these fun facts are just to show you, wow, look at the impact that technology and information has on our lives. And in turn, we have on technology because it's our trending that actually guides technology as to where it goes. And then we've seen as of recent times, the technology and the creation of various technology is guiding our lives as per se. So it's a give and take and a vice versa. With that said, it's a mouthful. With that said, I'd like to introduce Tarun Goyal, the founder and CEO of Simplotel, who's going to go through an interesting presentation today. And so I will hand over now. Tarun, I will stop sharing and you can take over the sharing.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Vishal. I'd like to start by thanking all of you for attending. Optimus, thank you so much for organizing this. I know Gabriel, Macarena, whole bunch of you guys have been working tirelessly to get this organized. Also, a big thank you to HFTP, Fitzroy, Paul, for getting this organized, right? So it's an honor and privilege to be here and talking to you guys. And I just want to start by giving a big shout out to everybody in this audience here, right? I think as hospitality professionals, which I'm assuming most of us are, we've probably gone through the most horrendous times in the last 2 years. Things have been brutal, but whenever I meet people from the hospitality professional, all of us are smiling. We've coped with it well. We are alive and we are stronger. So to a new future. And I think forward-looking lens looks very bright. I know we've gone through some hardships. I think all of us have scars of various sorts, but super excited to be here. And good job, everyone, for dealing with the deck that we got dealt with. Right? I'm going to share my screen quickly. Let me know if you guys are able to see it.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. So there is this, I think Vishal started this off really well on, how things have accelerated, right? And there's this ancient Chinese curse that says, actually, there are three Chinese curses. The first of them is, may you live in interesting times. And for a lot of us, when we look at the rate at which things have changed in the last couple of decades, it's just unbelievable what has happened. If you just rewind back life, 1996 is when I graduated from college, right? So I got my undergraduate degree. Amazon launched in 1994. It was 2 years old when I graduated from college, right? Few people knew about it. It was a bookstore at that time. eBay launched in 1995. Few people even know about eBay today, probably don't use it as much. Facebook, YouTube, all of these things came in a lot later, right? So my point is that, we probably as a generation lived in the most interesting times that have ever been in the history of mankind. I was just going through my family's Amazon order, and I could not find the history prior to 2000. I don't know, perhaps I don't know how to look it up. But I placed my first order on Amazon in 1998, and I placed our second order on Amazon in the year 2000. I still remember the first was a book by V.S. Naipaul. The second was this book called Juneteenth. When I looked, so we were, as a household, we were placing one order or less than one order a year on Amazon. And when I looked at our order history for last year, we placed 477 orders on Amazon in 2021, right? So as a household, we've gone from placing one or less than one order a day, a year, to 1.3 orders a day, right? And this transformation has happened right in front of us, right? And this is just, I think Vishal laid out some really, really good facts, perhaps a lot more interesting. But when I look back, when we were growing up, we had the pay phones, and, cell phones are not as common. And today the whole commerce has sort of moved online, right? But why am I telling you this, right? So when we look at hospitality, and the game is the same. At the end of the day, we have to take care of guests. We have to ensure that they have a great experience. They talk about us well. But the rules of how you market and sell a hotel has changed, and technology has a huge, huge, huge role to play in that. In the past, my name is Tarun. I run Simple Hotel. Our mission in life is to help hotels grow direct bookings, right? We believe that most of the demand has moved online, just like our order history, where we've gone from placing less than one order a year to over an order a day. Hotel rooms are also getting sold more and more online, and the growth and the shift that is happening online is phenomenal. And when it comes to an online store, there's a lot that technology can do for you. And in today's session, I just wanted to have a discussion with you about that. If you have any questions, please feel free to interrupt me in the middle. I would love to get any questions that you have answered. If you put it on the chat, Macarena or somebody on the team will interrupt me and we can have a discussion. So please feel free to interrupt as and when things come. Right? So the point is that hospitality is the same at its core, but the rules of selling and marketing a hotel have changed dramatically. And I'm going to take you back in time, rewind back life 25 years when I was still in high school. And at that time, if we had to go pick a hotel, right, you'd land in the area. You would look for signs for hotels. There would be phones at the airports with hotels, and you could call them and make a booking. If you're going to a new place, you'd get referrals from friends. You'd ask them, hey, you went to Jamaica last week. Where did you stay? What did you like? What did you do? Maybe you talk to offline travel agents. Sometimes people would even show up at hotel lobbies, look at the lobby and decide where they want to stay, right? Today, this has changed completely. Today, the customers decide where they want to stay on the hotel website, on online travel agencies, on booking.com, and on Expedia. Instead of reaching out to their friends all the time, they're on TripAdvisor, looking up reviews on booking.com. And they use all kinds of devices. The stat that Vishal showed was very interesting, right? People use more smartphone. They would rather give up a lot of other fun activities than give up their phone. That's indeed true. Today, 60-70% of all internet traffic is on mobile, right? And all this is happening before they even step into your hotel lobby. And imagine what this means for us. We spend millions of dollars building a good hotel, building a good lobby, but the decision of where the person wants to stay has already happened online even before they step into your hotel lobby. This is just some stats from Google. Google does this very amazing travel study every year, and they publish results. And based on Google studies, today about 80% of the people decide where they want to stay using the internet. About 60% of the people book internet directly to book rooms. This is worldwide data. Different geographies have different mix. There are higher penetration internet geographies, there are lower penetration internet geographies. But the interesting fact here also is that although 40% of the people worldwide book rooms offline, 20% of them decide where they want to book online, and then they go offline and book it through some other channel, right? And these pies are fast expanding. So 2-3 years later, if you look at these pie chart numbers, they would have changed, and this dark blue line is sort of gradually encroaching over the light blue line over there. So what does this mean? So what this means for all of us is that a hotel's online presence has never been more important. Earlier, if you had a hotel, having a strategic billboard at the right place, having a telephone at the airport, having a kiosk at the airport was probably a good marketing strategy for you. That no longer is sufficient, and as we fast forward, more and more of our customers are going to decide where they're going to live online, right? And the question really is, to win the online game, can we learn from the big guys, right? So if I've worked at Amazon in my career, I've worked at Expedia, and there are a ton of things that the big guys do to get the demand that's out there, that's online, and to convert them. And can we learn from these people, and can we have the same level of technology that these big people have? And that's what we do at Sims Hotel, right? Our goal is to give you the state-of-the-art technology that the big guys have to get your direct online website to hunt for you. Right? So before I get into the nuances of what does it take to get a website to sort of produce for you, there is one important difference that I learned. So when I used to work at Amazon and when I moved to Expedia, there was one important learning that I had. And this is very, very amazing and sort of unbelievable, right? Research shows that an average customer looks at 38 websites before they make a booking, right? And Amazon does not see this phenomena, and e-commerce does not see this phenomena, but travel sees this phenomena. And one of the big reasons is that in e-commerce, the channel loyalty is higher because there's a big fulfillment aspect involved, right? So when you, at Amazon or for a typical e-commerce company worldwide, if the e-commerce company gets 100 orders a day, about 25 come from the first visit of the customer. So people come with high intent, they buy and they leave. In travel, that number is 12%, so about half. What that means is in travel, because the fulfillment is an email, right? Sending a booking voucher out, that aspect of loyalty to a channel is no longer an advantage for us. And customers recognize this and they shop. They go to your website, they may discover you on booking.com, they may discover you on Expedia, they may come back to your website, they may look at your Google Hotel ads. But there is rampant amount of shopping. I find this unbelievable. I mean, I don't believe I've ever shopped 38 sites before making a booking, but this is an average number. So there are people who do even more than this, right? So therefore, what are some of the techniques? The big guys have figured this out, the Expedias and the booking.coms of the world. And what do? Right? They invest a lot in remarketing and personalization. So a booking.com or an Expedia is a recording machine, right? They're constantly recording everything that you're doing on the website. They're trying to get more and more information about you. When you leave them without making a booking, they chase you. They may send you a mailer saying, hey, we saw you were interested in Jamaica, but you didn't make a booking. Here's a special offer. Rooms are going fast in Jamaica. Why don't you come? This is the best time to book Jamaica. When you come back, they let you start off where you left off. So the whole presentation of the site changes. They start showing you things that are very relevant to you, right? So they let you continue your journey. They recognize this fact that the person who came to your website is probably going to go away, needs to be brought back. And when they come back, you can't treat them like strangers. And I think hospitality gets this better than anybody else. When our loyal guests show up on our front desk, we greet them by names. But unfortunately, our websites still are like static brochures. They don't recognize anything that the guest has done in the past. They don't remember any of the interaction. And every time the guest comes back to our website, we treat them as complete strangers, right? And we at Amazon we at Sims Hotel believe that this is sort of a broken experience. And one of the things that we've done is we do similar personalizations. We take over your website and your booking engine, and your website and your booking engine starts tracking everything that the guest is doing. It starts nudging them to provide their information. What we find is people, if you nudge them correctly with the right intent, the fill rates are very high. So when we nudge people saying, get special offers mailed to you or get these deals mailed to you, about 5 to 6% of the visitors end up providing their email address. That gives us a hook to reach out to them again with a mailer, with a message. When they come back, if they've interacted with the system, right? If we know when they've searched, when they come back, we show them what they're interested in. We use their name. If we don't know their name, we know what they're interested in. We show that property. So there's a lot of personalization that happens, right? And it may seem like a small thing, but at the end of the day, if the person is going to search 38 different websites and make a booking before making a booking, the site that makes it very convenient for them, that throws out the special offer, that personalizes it for them, has a much better chance of winning. And therefore you see the online travel agencies play this game a lot more, right? If you search for a flight from New York to Jamaica, you see, let's say you do that on Expedia, you go to another website, they start showing you ads, right? Amazon does not do a lot of this because Amazon knows that once a customer has come to their site, they've probably booked. But an Expedia needs to get them back, right? And we believe that hotels today, when all the demand is moving online, when 60% of your customers today are looking for your hotels online, they need to have similar tricks up their trade. And at a booking.com or at an Expedia, there's no person sitting doing this stuff. It's technology that's working for you. This technology is out there, and we made it available for independent hotels, such as a lot of ours. Yeah. The other thing that we observe is there is this thing, sometimes I pinch myself, it's 2022, and when you go to an Amazon or when you go to a booking.com or when you go to any of these online travel agencies, right, you don't realize where the website ends and where the booking engine starts. It's sort of like one seamless experience. But when you go to a hotel website, right, there's a Chinese wall between the hotel website and the booking engine. It's just completely disjoint experience, right? To see the prices, you have to go to the booking engine. To see the catalog, you have to come back to the website. The prices, something as simple as knowing the prices, you have to go to the booking engine, right? And when you look at an e-commerce flow at a booking.com, right, it's completely seamless, right? And that's another thing that we have done, right? Because we provide both the website and the booking engine, and we believe inside Simple Hotel, we think of them as one thing, and we encourage customers to think of them as one thing, because your guests think of them as one thing, right? They share information with each other based on what the customer is doing on the booking engine. The website personalizes itself based on what's happening on the website. The booking engine can change things, right? And this is the art of merchandising in terms of driving more conversion. Now, all of this may seem like death by a thousand, like small things, but if you really want to win the e-commerce game, it is really a death by a thousand paper cuts, right? You got to get a lot of things aligned. You got to get a lot of things right to get the customer who's come to your website, who's going to go shop at 38 other websites before he makes a booking, to make sure that he comes and books with you. Because the P&L impact of them booking with you is a lot higher than if they book your hotel on a different channel. And even worse if they book your competitor's hotel, right? There are some other very interesting things, right? So now customer is deciding where they want to stay even before they step into the hotel lobby. And visual merchandising in travel is really, really important, especially for leisure destinations and experiential destinations, right? And we find videos work really, really, really well over here. The challenge now is, we see hotel websites have really good videos, but the load time is so poor that nobody has the time to look at it. It takes, by the time the video loads, I can go get a cup of coffee. And that experience is just broken. In today's day and age, when a video can load without buffering on YouTube, even on slow internet connection, why does your hotel website have to be so sluggish, right? So one of the things that we've done is we've done a lot of optimizations, the kind of optimization that the YouTube does. So when your guest is browsing your hotel website, we track the internet speed of the customer. And depending on the internet speed of the customer, we can dynamically change the resolution of the video that we send them, right? So if somebody is coming from a slower internet speed, we could give them a video that is of a slightly lower quality than if I was on a very high speed, I could get a full HD video, right? So these tools are available. The big guys seem to use it.
our goal is to make such technology available to each and every one of you so that you're able to harvest that demand that's already out there. That 60% of the people that are booking online, that 80% of the people that's deciding where they want to stay online should choose to stay with you and book on your website directly. There are literally hundreds of things that we do. When I was at Amazon and when I was at Expedia, there are literally hundreds of things we would do to optimize the load time of the website. And at Amazon, we believe that, if our load time of our website came down by a few hundred milliseconds, our orders would drop, right, significantly. And there are a whole bunch of techniques, right? Today it's not very hard to make copies of your website around the world, right? So you're not stuck with one server that is sitting in New York and your customers are coming in from Europe, and all the media and the videos have to go over the ocean to reach the customer, right? You can literally make copies of all your assets and your websites across the world. So when your customer is coming from California, they get an image from California. When they're coming from New York, they get an image from New York. When they're coming from London, they get the image from London, right? And we've automated a lot of these things so that we want to make sure that when we have your website, when your guest comes to that website, it loads fast. It is available to them. In fact, there's an inside joke inside Simple Hotel that if you see the way a website loads, you can tell whether it's a Simple Hotel website or not. It probably loads faster than most websites. And we've literally invested millions of dollars in getting this right. So that customer who's going to visit 38 other websites is going to come back and will want to book on your website. Yeah. So the other learning that the discussion that we have with a lot of our hotel customers is we invest a lot in our lobbies. We invest in making the guest experience nice. Our recommendation is invest in good photography and good videos, because the decision of where a person wants to stay is already made before they step into your lobby, and how your resort and how your hotel shows up online. And this media is highly leveraged, right? You can use it on booking.com. In fact, if you look at a lot of the leading online travel agencies, they've allowed you to start putting videos over there. And I used to also run e-commerce at a fashion lifestyle portal, e-commerce portal. And what we realized is for certain categories like dresses, if you put videos, the conversion just jumps on the site. What we found is when we put videos on a customer, on a hotel website, a good video, 5% more people that come to the website end up engaging with the website. So you're investing all these marketing dollars, in doing various kind of activities to getting people to the site. And 1 out of 20 customers will stay with you if you have a better video compared to if you just had good pictures, right? So highly, highly, highly leverage investment. I know when you look at these things coming out of COVID, etc., budgets might be tight, but this is an area that can pay off a lot of dividends. Our promise to you is get good media. We'll make sure that it delivers to your customer in a seamless manner without buffering, even on slow internet connections, even on mobile devices. Yeah. The other art of merchandising is this constantly nudging the customer in almost, and we are big fans of booking.com, the way they message, right? So you can see at various points, it says things like, free cancellation, book risk-free, right? No prepayment required, right? And we believe that this art of nudging the customer is extremely important. So we ensure that we give you enough places to do this merchandising on your website, on your booking engine, so that you're able to put this conversion messaging, right? You can, if the rooms are scarce, it says, only 2 rooms left, free cancellation before this date, in high demand. And any USPs of the hotel that you have, right, is highlighted, right? Because somebody who's not a repeat guest needs to know why they should come stay with you. And instead of putting this long form copy paragraph, which somebody may or may not read, some sharp bullet point content that can tell people, this is why you should stay with us. And there's some really interesting stories. We were talking to a hotel customer of ours, and we were just having a conversation. And I just asked them, what do you think? Why do people come stay with you? And he said a few things. We're in this touristy town, and we're right in the middle of the city. There's a lot of places around us, a lot of restaurants. People want to go to the nightclubs where the action is happening, right? We just did a small exercise with that person. We went to the TripAdvisor review and booking.com reviews for that hotel, and we read 15 reviews. Out of 15, 14 reviews mentioned that what the customers really liked about that hotel was free parking, right? And what we realized was that sometimes we don't realize what customers are really liking about our property, right? So one of the recommendations we have for our customers is, read 10, 15 of your reviews, not just to know what people are not liking about your property, but what are they raving about your property. And very quickly, by the time you read 10 reviews, the picture will emerge in your mind. And succinctly putting that merchandising content on your website and on your booking engine can have a big impact, right? And what we do is, because we do both the website and the booking engine, we ensure that that messaging is issued at the right place to get the person to convert, right? And these are just some of the tricks that we've learned from booking.com and other places, but we make it available to you so that you can drive more direct bookings, right? Now, this is another very interesting thing. So, booking.com initially started off with pay at hotel. A lot of you will be familiar with in the early days, Expedia was always prepaid on a merchant model, right? Versus booking.com had the agency model that they would charge you fees later on, right? At Expedia, when I was working there, we ran a whole bunch of tests out there to see what drives conversion for hotels. And we all know that, when you give pay at hotel as a choice to the customer, you get a lot more bookings, but it also results in higher rates of cancellations because there's lesser skin in the game for customers, right? But our other learning was that at Expedia was when you give guests a choice of pay now, pay at hotel, your conversion grows even higher. And I had personally called up about 50 of these customers who prepaid because this was completely counterintuitive to me, right? And it said that, hey, if I give you a choice to pay at hotel or pay later, why would somebody ever want to prepay? And I called up a bunch of these customers, and there were a couple of use cases that emerged, which was very interesting. Right? There were people who were traveling internationally, and they said, see, I'm not sure what's going to happen to my card when I reach there. Once I made the payment upfront, I'm assured that I don't have to worry about foreign exchange and those kind of things. The other breed of customers were these people who said that, hey, I'm making a booking for my dad, and I just don't want him to be hassled, and I'm just going to make the payment right now, right? The third was people trying to make payments with payment methods that the hotel would not accept at the property. So if I want to make a payment with a bank transfer, for example, right? It's hard to make the payment with a check when I'm at a hotel, but on a website, you could potentially pay with a PayPal or pay with your bank or some of these other methods are available. And there was a small segment of customers who actually didn't want to use their credit cards. And they said, if I make a prepayment on Expedia, it's I can use these other methods of payment that may not be available at the hotel, right? So, we learned from this. And today in our booking engine, we give you not only the ability to give your customer the choice to pay now, pay at hotel. You can set these rules based on the day of week. So if your hotel is running empty Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can say, I'm going to offer pay at hotel only on Tuesday and Wednesday because I'm willing to take more risk of no-shows on those days, right? Versus on days where I might be running full. I might, you can put pay now, pay at hotel options based on your occupancy. You can say, as long as I'm running empty, up to 70% occupancy, I want to have this pay at hotel option. But the moment I cross 70%, I want to stop that option on the website, right? You can say that, for last minute booking for the last 12 hours of the day, if I'm running empty, less than 80% occupancy, then I'm okay taking pay at hotel bookings because if somebody is at Jamaica airport and is struggling, I can just make the payment. I can allow him to make the booking and he can come at the hotel and make the payment, right? So the point is, it does sound like, a lot of like nitty-gritty features, but if you really, really want to drive that conversion from your website, and if you really want to get a big slice of that 60% people that are booking online to book directly with you, this is the game that the big guys are playing. And as a technology provider, we are willing to go down that level of detail and give a similar set of tool sets to our customers so that, you're able to harvest that demand that's already out there and not bear those expensive commissions that might come along with some of the other channels that you might be dealing with, right? So, then there's this other thing, everybody is familiar with booking.com genius rates. When you go to Marriott, there's always a member rate and a non-member rate, right? And there's another way to create disparity where you offer something exclusive for people who sign up with you, right? And why should hotels not be able to do this? And, guess what? We build these features where you can hide your rate. You can entice people to provide their email address and phone number before they see the secret deal, right? So you can do a messaging that says, there's a secret offer here. come become a member, and if you get an upgrade, you get whatever you want to offer, right? So the key is that what you can offer is a discussion that we can have with you. The fact that the technology pieces can do it for you, so that we're not manually configuring this. We're not waiting for somebody to come to the website, not make a booking, and then call them and offer that. Let the system do this while you're taking care of the guests, and let these guests come and book directly with you, right? These tools are available. They don't work. Not all of these features may be of interest to everyone, but our goal is to give you the state of the art e-commerce so that we can get you a big slice of that 60% of the customers who are booking online, but perhaps coming through an intermediary and costing you high commissions, right? On this, there's another thing. We've also, because we track everything that the customer does on the website, right? We start an automatic mailer and message campaign to them. And if you want, you can put in discounts over there. So if you go to a booking.com and if you don't make a booking for New York, after some time, all of us start getting mailers from booking.com saying, rooms are going fast in New York, oh, we're so sad to see you go, here's 5% off, come back, book with us, right? And we give you the ability to make such deals available to your customers. The system will automatically nudge customers, get a secret offer, get this deal, get them to provide their name, email address, phone number, and automatically whatever offers you want to shower for people who have come and not booked, the system will automatically send it out to them, right? So this is just one of the ways in which, life becomes a bit simpler, where you get the technology to hunt for you, where you're getting these customers who are going to go to 37 other websites to come back to you. The sites get personalized. They get the special offer that you gave them, and they can make a booking, and you win out in that race against the other channels and against your competition. The other piece is also analytics, right? So very often we find that hotels invest money in marketing, which they should. Online marketing is big, right? But they have little visibility into what's actually happening to these customers once they come to the website. And what we do is we carefully are recording their activities, and every morning we send you a mailer saying that yesterday these were the opportunities that were lost on your website, right? Some days, oftentimes for destinations that are very air dependent, and Jamaica is one of them, where people have to fly, the booking windows can be longer. People start planning their summer breaks, maybe in August, maybe in July. Sometimes we don't realize that we've not configured our rates for some of those periods, and people have started searching for it, right? And all the marketing effort that you do on Instagram, on Google, on various platforms, the customer is coming to your website searching for December, and we're saying, hey, we don't have rates right now, please come back later. And we're unaware that this is going on, right? So one of the things that we do is we send you a mailer every morning of all the lost opportunities, of things that people search for on the website that said, oops, we don't have it, right? If people are looking for quadruple occupancy rooms and you don't have that, we say, hey, maybe you can book 2 rooms, but we send you that information so that you know that there is demand out there for a product like that. We send you the dates when inventory is unavailable, and if you're sold out, you can't do anything. But if there is a chance that there could be a misconfiguration in the system, it at least alerts you to take a look at that, right? And analytics is big. We can go on. There's a lot more data that we provide you to run your business, to create your offers better. And the big guys, the booking.coms, the Expedias of the world are thriving on this, right? They are keeping track of searches. They use this data to figure out what offers they get out of you. They figure out, what genius rates they want to offer. And they leverage this a lot. And as independent hotels, why can't we have access to the same kind of analytics and the same kind of data that the big guys have to get the 60% of the customers who are going to book online to come directly and book with you, right? I think there are a couple of other areas, right? I mean, we can keep going on with these set of features, but I wanted to highlight, and there are a whole lot more, and I don't want to bore you with everything. Hopefully, you get the gist that there is this kind of technology that can watch out for you, that can personalize itself, that can track what the customers are doing, that can deliver your videos to them fast, that can work seamlessly on mobile, that can give offers to customers who come to your site and don't book, that can help you do a genius rate on your website directly, right? It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. It is a set of tools that we provide that you can use. And so it takes a little bit of time to configure them, but once you do that, the tool hunts for you on an ongoing basis. Your bookings start flowing in when you're sleeping at night, and that's what we like to see, right? I think there are two other areas, and I think you guys probably already know about this. There is mobile is big today, worldwide. Today we have customers. We're working with about 2,000 hotels across 21 countries, and we find that about 60 to 70% of the people coming to hotel websites are all using mobile, right? And the number varies based on geography, but worldwide, the average that we see is about 60 to 70%, right? So this is your predominant means of communication. But what we see is people are taking their desktop websites and making them responsive. What you really need is a mobile first experience, right? A very simple example, the way somebody uses a mobile phone is very different than the way somebody uses a desktop, right? I can give you some examples. On a mobile phone, right? If you want somebody to call you, instead of flashing your phone number that they have to copy and then paste into the phone dialer, why not give them a call button that they can click and it calls your hotel, right? Instead of showing a map of your Google map, why not pass the latitude longitude of your hotel into Google Maps app that practically everybody is, or whatever other apps, map software they're using, and open that up for them so that they can start getting directions, right? Because the way we look for directions on desktop is very different than the way we look for directions on mobile, right? So our point is that the experience that you need for your customers on mobile is a mobile first experience. It's fundamentally different than the desktop experience, but nobody has the time and wherewithal to create two sites and two contents, right? So what we do is we take your content and we convert it into a completely mobile first experience for your guests, so that when they come on mobile, they have an app like experience on the, they can press the call button to call you, they can use Google Maps, they can see the prices on the website without going to the booking engine, which loads fast, which delivers the video, which has all the design paradigms that an iOS app or an Android app has that they're very familiar to use, right? The other piece that is critical for hotels is SEO, right? So good news for hotels and bad news for hotels is today travel searches still start on Google, and that's an opportunity for us. Ranking there can get us more traffic, which is free, and there is a technology comes into play here as well, right? If you think about it, Google is a software trying to understand what your website is all about. And if your website loads fast, for example, the Google software that comes to read your website can read more of it and can index more of it, and therefore rewards you, right? So there are a lot of things that people don't talk about. For good search engine optimization, the technology of your website is also really important. And we make sure that stays kosher for you, so that more people come to your website and you're able to harvest more of that 60% of the customers who are going to book directly with you out there, right? Here's just a case study. This is not unusual. What we see is the blue lines are, this is a bit dated data. I pulled the data before COVID. After that, things did change. So we do see customers who come to us where the number of room nights that we're getting from the website jumps substantially after they come. The traffic, which is the chart on the bottom right, because of all these things that we do, jumps substantially for them, right? So you're able to get more people to your site organically without you having to spend a lot more. If you want to spend a lot more, we can help do the paid marketing. We are also Google Hotel Ads certified. If you want to have a conversation about Google Hotel Ads, we do see it contribute 10 to 20% of jump on your direct if you use that. For those of you who are not familiar with Google Hotel Ads, when you search for your hotel on Google Maps or other places, Google starts showing the prices of your hotel on various channels, right? And you can have your website prices show up over there as well, right? And this is one of the only places where you can actually pay Google on a conversion basis, on a commission basis, versus you can pay on a click basis or a conversion basis. So if you're interested, we can talk more about it. What is the right way to optimize these campaigns? We have some suggestions. You start with paying per conversion for some time, watch how the campaign is doing. Based on the ROI you get, you flip over to the other per click to optimize our scarce marketing dollars that we might have, right? So our point is that, what we like to do at Simple Hotel is we want to give you at least the complete set of tools and technologies that can help you take advantage of this huge opportunity that we have as hoteliers. Today, customers are booking us online. They are deciding where they want to stay online even before they step into their hotel lobby. You have a couple of choices. You can get these bookings through the online channels, which are expensive, which are also very useful because they have the kind of reach that we don't. But it's also important to get your direct channels to produce because you want a healthy mix of all the channels producing for you. You want your website to produce, you want your OTAs to produce, right? And we believe we do a good job in helping getting a website to book directly with you, primarily because of superior technology. Of course, at the end of the day, we can get more people to your site. We can get them to look at more offers. We can get them to look at your prices, but the product has to sell. So, your reviews matter, the quality of service you matter. None of that goes away, right? The guest has to have a good experience, right? But all the other things that can hunt for you while you sleep, we believe in providing that to you, just like the big guys do. Right? So, I think I can go on more, but, I think we live in interesting times. So, we are cursed in that sense, but I don't believe we are cursed. I see online as being this tremendous opportunity for us that is waiting to be harvested. Earlier, if you had a hotel that was close to the main juncture or the main road, you would have higher visibility and you would have more footfall, right? Today, if you have higher visibility online, it's your shot at winning out on competition. And these tools are available. The tools and techniques that the big guys use are available to you, right? So we live in interesting times, but that doesn't mean that we have to be cursed, right?